In December 1900, the supply ship Hesperus sailed toward the Flannan Isles, a cluster of jagged rocks battered by the North Atlantic. Atop one stood a brand new lighthouse manned by 3 keepers. But as the ship drew near, the crew saw no flag flying, no keepers waiting at the dock. Only silence. When they landed, what they found was eerie. The beds were made, the lantern had been polished and prepared, and a meal was left uneaten on the table. The clocks inside had stopped. The massive iron door was locked from the inside. Even stranger, 2 sets of heavy oilskin coats were missing, but the third was still hanging neatly on the wall. Why would one man go outside into the brutal December weather without protection? At the western landing, investigators found evidence of violence from the sea. Ropes that should have been stored safely were torn from their boxes and dragged up the cliff, as if yanked by something powerful. A rail had been twisted from its fastenings. And then there were the logbook entries. They described an unrelenting storm, severe winds the likes of which I have never seen, and one entry noted that one of the men, usually steady and tough, had been reduced to tears of fear. Another claimed, "All 3 of us are praying." Yet official weather records show the seas were calm during those days. So what happened? Some believe a rogue wave at over 100 feet high swept them away. Others say one keeper may have snapped under the isolation, dragging the others to their deaths. And then there are whispers of something stranger, that the men were taken by forces beyond this world. More than a century later, the Flannan Isles lighthouse stands empty, and the fate of its 3 keepers remains one of the sea's greatest unsolved mysteries.